Well, good morning.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are.
Say wherever you at in the world. So
Even good
we,
night.
it could be good night. I will always it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but because you start thinking about people who are overseas who are committed to spaces and or trainings, and it'll be like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning for them, and they'll still be up watching stuff. I'm like, bless your heart. I do commend you
Yes, sir.
for your efforts. That is huge. We get people in USA be like, well, it's gonna be 7 o'clock my time. I can't. Like, if you don't sit down somewhere.
If you don't stop, knock it off, you'll be
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Even if you had to get 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes. Well, we remember back in the days, you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, try and get something dedicated. Whatever time it takes you to have to do it, you'll wake up and set an alarm. But
I remember early on we used to go by Sandbox Land. Just getting up. Like I said, sometimes those drops was at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's still like, okay, you better still get up if you want the drop. So, but it's amazing. Again, sometimes we're just too blessed. So, but again, it's glad that you all are here with us today. So glad you guys have made it to Sisters Talking NFTs. So we are back and running, up and running, up and running. Okay, so
we kind of know some people are tapped out of the market right now, but
yeah.
continue to come in and even just educating yourself will be a solid foundation for some of you guys. So I know a lot of people maybe even be at a loss right now, but really truthfully knowing how to come into some of these things is going to be important. So take the time to just do some research and stuff right now.
I think what you said is important too, Jessica. Like I said, a lot is going on in the space, and it's not, again, when people take it for granted that you think that just the NFT space or the crypto space is being affected. It's like, no, it's everything in the world's being affected right now. And until some of those things are adjusted, uh, things are gonna go up and they're gonna go down. And so, you getting a strategy together that works for you and your family is going to be very important. As far as figuring out which project you may still want to continue to invest in, or may want to get out of. So it's just you have a variation of how you want to look at that. And just, I know you have clients too, and we ain't gonna be saying nobody's names and stuff, but I know they're making adjustments too on how they're doing things with their portfolio, simply because of how the market has changed. And again, but it's not to say that I'm still buying certain things, but I'm not buying a ton of everything right now. And so I know some of your clients, same scenario. So I say some of your clients, some of our clients, your clients, my clients,
Yeah.
that are out there. They're just looking at holding off on some things, but some of the good projects are saying, hey, you know what? Let me buy one or two of these, or let me buy a couple of these. And depending on the price of them, sometimes they may let me buy 10 of them. But again, everybody has different portfolios of capital that they're working with too. So you have to also understand that aspect of it. So,
and especially it's like you're saying, depending on what they're coming in and looking for, what they're trying to buy. Especially in this space with NFTs, we're so early. What are they going to be in the end? How are they going to be looked at? We do know the technology and things of how they're going, and so lots of time we're just so early in this space. There's no one even knows how to classify them and things like that. So when we come into this space and we've been buying, we were the technology and everything, doing the research of seeing how things can be in the future and stuff. And so you didn't even know how NFTs were going to turn out. And so even right now, the market may be doing some corrections, or maybe people are even out of it because there's not as many projects that are coming out. There's definitely not a lot of copy and paste projects. Before, you can see that there were so many projects coming out that weren't even realistic. You were losing more of your money buying into projects. And so right now you can kind of see who's still building in the space, what projects may have even money behind them, are the right partnerships. And so it does actually clear a lot of things for some people right now of seeing who's still building, who's still relevant, who's still working. And if a lot of the products that you have right now, there's no word, there's no one tweeting about it. And so it probably wasn't a project that was going to turn into anything. So it's important to still be doing the research and figuring out it's important to buy right now, because you still don't know how things are going to turn out. And we know we could be 5-10 years early. And so
yeah.
it's just, you all have to plan for your family and what's right for you.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. All righty. So let me go ahead and get started with sharing my screen, if I can figure out which one of these other screen things is over here. Okay. So here we go. So for those of us who are in crypto, BTC was up a little higher this morning, and then all of a sudden they just said, "Hey, hold on, what we doing up here?" So I think it's an avenue. I said, whether you're coming in and you're either trading crypto or you're dollar cost averaging in on crypto. It's a matter of, like I said, right now everything is just so, it's different in a sense that because of what's everything that's happening in the world, it's just a matter, like I said, you can't get into certain things even with crypto and think that right now, as far as of saying you're going to be able to stay in those some of those things for a longer period of time. Sometimes again, but I'm not your we are not. Let's get on record. We are not your CPAs. We cannot control any of your money. You got to make your own decision on what you're going to be investing in. But as far as some of the things that some of the people we know are out, some of the things they're doing, they're definitely trying to get in and get out of things a little faster than they usually do. But again, that's just, everybody has a different strategy. There's some people who are like, they're going to hold until they go to, if it ever decides to go to zero, they'll still be holding. And so it still matter for me. Actually, I look at crypto, for me, it's a game changer for a lot of people. The opportunity, even now, with the price of where it's currently at, for me, and I still think that, hey, there's great opportunity. It may take a little bit longer for you to get back to where you were at, but I got a little bit of time. Got a little bit of time. So just looking at the market again, a lot of stuff is in red today. But again, it's a matter, like I said, if your dollar cost averaging in, some of these things won't make you panic as much. Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah, Blankos live on the Epic Game Store. And so for a lot of people in this space, they're looking for what is going to be that thing that's going to get mainstream in and get a lot of people going. A lot of people are betting into the gaming space. A lot of people already play games. They're in your homes. You've got different systems that you're dedicated to. And so we do look at different projects that are out that are creating A+ games graphically, have the right partnerships, have the right people working for it. And that's going to be Blankos. It's finally going to be launching on the Epic Game Center. And so our platform site. So if you are looking to still maybe buy some type of NFT or collectible that you may think is have value down the line, or you just like it as a collector. So there's different ways you can look at it. If you are buying NFTs, not everything definitely going into it is even an investment as looked at like that. A lot of these are collectible items, are assets that give you ownership over that item. So a lot of people love the part of ownership. That is specifically some of the things that why I started buying them. We know when our kids are buying Google gems and everything, the items they're buying isn't even going to you, it's going to the developer. And so with these items, you have the ownership of them, you own the asset. Sometimes they have scarcity with them because there's only a certain amount of quantity with them. And so hopefully Blankos and Mythical, because they continue to build more games, they're going to be in this space. They're not going anywhere. Hopefully this game can launch some of that mainstream into the space by them being on that platform, Epic Games launch. You can see some of the regions that they'll definitely be in. And so when you are looking to be in different things or buy different NFTs, some of these things are important to look at, especially the company behind them, of course, the graphics, like we say, and even like if you're looking for certain artists that are that you may even like outside of this space, they may have also create certain assets or NFTs with the specific artists will come in here and create certain Blankos, and it may only have 200, it may have 700, but you can find some artists that are already out there in the space or well known creating already. So some people are getting in here early, buying some of those pieces. You can see, hopefully it does bring mainstream in, or at least bring some more people over to come over in and see and be in this space and start understanding it. Because we do know that one of the biggest things is the education of NFTs. A lot of people may be in and out this space because they're looking maybe just to flip it. But if you could actually get the education and figure out why NFTs would be valuable for you as an owner and for a business, it would be really important. And you can do that now while the market is, how it is.
Wow, this is, like I said, even just being on the Epic, like I'm sitting like, wow, okay, this is actually good. We do have some of these. If y'all need some, if you missed some of the early ones, we do have some of those.
Yeah, you got it in early, like at the founders. Some people there's very small people that got it before founders, but as you see, if you do start buying these, some people will have it in the space where they have founder assets or founder NFTs, and you can go in and buy those NFTs. And if you do, like I said, there's certain ones that you can see created by certain artists. People leave them in the box. You see those say season 00, so they hopefully will have value down the line. If they started off at 00 and this is barely season 1, those are going to be, of course, early editions. And so when you learn how to look at NFTs and look at how those can be collectible items, then you'll see like some of the value of what's going to be happening and why people do buy these NFTs.
I mean, a graphic, again, I think we keep talking about it. It's with every kid. I mean, you have to think about how many kids will really want to play this. And with the graphics, it's almost like, okay, I could see a lot of kids wanting to play this particular game and being able to, like I said, earn all the different NFTs and be able to sell them once they're done playing with them. Parents, that should be a note for you, because again, as we talked about before, at least they can sell the stuff after they finish playing with the items if they want to get a new item, and that's big in itself. So.
And as they play it, they create more value with it. They may spend money on it, buying it, and they can put that into the cost of what they would sell it for. So it's a lot of things that it's going to teach kids, especially in the gaming space. And so even adults, but as you see, the Atari is going to come out too with them. They have some special edition Atari and even some Godzilla like looking Blankos and different. I think it's one's called Moth. There's 3 different versions of it, but they do have it. There you go. You can see there it's coming soon. So that'll be some more Blankos that will be sold. And of course, you see season 1 will be on those Mothra, Godzilla, and the Mecha Godzilla. They're probably, I haven't seen the count yet. Don't know if maybe they'll only have 500, maybe they'll have 1,000, maybe there'll be an unlimited time or a set time to purchase those. But definitely, if you are looking for certain items or if you are interested in that game, because I know even our little nephew, he was playing the game, he was earning rewards, and so lots of time they even give you one to play with, so you don't have to buy the ones that are available. But of course, with some of the time, we've been talking about this quite some time. If you are new to hearing about it, you can definitely go in and look up more on the Blankos game and Mythical, of course, that created them. So yeah.
So now some more that's dropping too. So make sure you're checking the pricing and stuff. As far as if you want to participate in the drop, make sure you've got your account to be able to go on and do this. I don't know if this is going to be
That's the party pass. And of course, they do sell party passes where you're able to buy the pass and get certain access to certain items. And so there's a lot into these games that you can do, or it allows you to upgrade. It allows you to get more rare characters, more scarcer items. And that's why when you see that, you imagine, millions of people coming into one game and there only being 50 of an item or 1,000 of an item, how that scarcity can play a role into things. So or you could just, like I say, play it as a game. It doesn't have to be any more than that. These can just be game assets that you're looking to play for, and hopefully, like I say, they will have value because the scarcity, because the count that they have.
And I know in this one, they talk about the party pass for $14.99. Purchasing party pass plus will give you the ability to earn up to 9 NFTs. So that's another one. Like I said, for those of you who are out there playing, it's definitely, like I said, I think when you start thinking about things being rare, if there's not a lot of people playing the game at the time, that means your item again is going to be rarer than someone else's. So because of the quantity. So those are all pretty cool. Cool stuff. All right, we move on. I'm just trying to look at some of the different pictures. All right, so we're talking about those.
Oh yes, the Dolce & Gabbana UNXD. Of course, they have come out. They have the Dolce & Gabbana line that was specifically created with these NFTs, and there's no way that you can get these items, of course, unless you own specific NFTs. They've already done the airdrop, so people that may have bought the box, you've already gotten the airdrop of a shirt or a sweater or the shoes. And depending on what kind of box you have, you may have access to all of them. But they are going to be allowing you to claim those. You can see here is the announcement. It is going to be 100% made in Italy. They are going to cover the cost of the shipping. You do, of course, have to own that asset to be able to redeem it. But like I said, it did go. If you go to sometimes their Twitter, they had a new Twitter Spaces, and so they talked about it and let you guys know starting October 1st when you can go to redeem those. They'll probably put another link out. And you can go listen to that if you want to. Like I say, it's very good to be informed on stuff like this. For us, we take our time to just knowing this. It isn't paying us to go do the time. We put in the time because we want to know of the research and some of the things that are going to be happening into this NFT space ourselves. And so just let you know if you do have some of those items. If you don't, you can go to the OpenSea link. As you can see right now, it's okay to buy them because they're not redeemed. Sometimes once the collection starts opening up, people may try to go sell you a different one that's already been redeemed. Don't do that. Not to say a metaverse sweater won't be fine. It is going to be fine, especially how people are going into and going to be meeting up in different places, even online, even in work. You're going to be happy to wear your Dolce & Gabbana shirt or something or whatever you may feel. If it's Gucci, whatever it is. It can be champion. But you do have the option to make sure right now before the first, if you want to buy that, you can go purchase that item before the redemption process does start. And I believe they're going to have a way you can check that afterwards to make sure it wasn't redeemed. But right now, it's the safest bet before the first. You know, all the items up there for sale or haven't been forged or haven't been redeemed for a physical item.
And for all the new people, if you don't understand what she just said about buying it before you probably want to make sure, because if you don't know how to confirm that it's been redeemed already, make sure you're probably, if you want to participate in this, to do it before the first. Okay, so for the veteran people, we be like, well, I know how to go check my stuff and make sure anybody redeemed nothing.
Right.
People, we don't want you to come into the space and talk about somebody scammed you already because you didn't know how to check your stuff. So just buy those things early on if it's something that you want to participate in at that time. Okay, and most importantly, make sure you're checking their Twitter and their Discord to see how the community is. Are the community still behind the project? And if they are, then again, that's another thing as far as for us of how we'll go on to decide if it's something that we still want to either have quite a few, buy multiples of these particular items, or if we want to buy more, especially while the market is currently down. Okay, so that's something you have to make a decision on. All right. The Monolith 2.
Oh, yes. Well, there was a little delay. They're going to push it back.
There was a little delay.
Yeah, they're going to make some other announcements and do some things. They want to make sure, because like I said, they are building in this space. It's very early. Sometimes, a delay or something can hurt a project, but we know if you're also in this space that since you are early, things like this are expected to happen. And so they do want to make sure everything rolls out right with it. And so they are going to push that back to, I believe, the end of October. In October, though, they're going to have some announcements. It's been some tweets put out, hold on to your clones. They're going to have some announcements relating to some of the things going on. Starting in hopefully here it's beginning of October. We don't know, but
because there was a tweet talking about hold on to your clones too.
Yes, there was.
And we're not your financial advisors, so don't be looking at us talking about we told you to hold you listen, make your own decisions.
It might be in that thread, that September 26th thread. If you put show thread at the bottom of that tweet.
Where's it at? Did I click
Scroll
it off?
down a little bit. I don't know if that's actually in that one itself.
I don't think it was in that one.
Okay, because they did have a tweet out talking about hold on to your clones, and so a lot of time, like I said, they're so early, especially with Artifact being acquired by Nike. A lot of the things with announcements, some athletes have, of course, have come out and put out some tweets and claiming, like Serena Williams and stuff, have put out, that they own a clone, but nothing really has even gotten started with the clones yet, or. Even how you want to apply your IP. Some people are starting early, creating their business around their avatars, or trying to get their likeness known in a way because maybe they want to go do some type of video stuff or use it for something online or streaming. And so some people are already playing with these things, and we're just so early. And so with this monolith, it is pushed back, but we also know the value. Generally, with the monolith, you get like 3 items out of it. The last one, of course, we got this new monolith. We got the crypto kicks, and then you got like a skin vial to change your shoes, the shoes that they're going to have. No one knows what's coming in that one. Don't know if it's clothes, if it's another different type of shoe that will have a different skin, all type of speculations, let it be a Jordan.
It's always speculations.
It's always speculation. And make sure you know that it is speculations. Most of the time they once they do drop something or they're putting little hints out, it pays off. So it's not like, but people are loving to speculate because it's just, there's so many things that you can do with this in this space. You can kind of see that tweet right there that got 30,000 almost likes on it. That was one of the tweets that came out almost a year or so ago. One of the founders that are on the Artifact team had showed that. And so there's just so much technology that's going to be built into the shoes, especially when it comes to Nike, that it's like to a whole new level. And so once even technology can come to the wireless rendering, and we have 5G and 6G, when all that continues to be built out and the opportunity comes where these things can finally merge, you'll see that's where the value is. And that's why you see lots of time people are long-term holders in this, because you're just so early that everything that is happening is being built out while you're part of it. And so you can go up with it, you can come down with it. Some things may not go right, and that's why you'll see a lot of volatility right now, because if one thing goes wrong, the people in this space right now, it's over for lots of times, for lots of reasons, when it shouldn't be, because especially when the space delays are expected to happen just because of the technology that is behind it. And so some people have some of us are trying to, work our way through it, invest in certain things or buy certain things that we think maybe hopefully down the line will have its value. And you always have to know, take a risk at your own risk. Sometimes you'll get your money tied up in here. And some people have been tied up, buying things. And then the market has been down since May. And you might have been 90% up and now you're 90% down. And now you have to let the team continue to build out and hopefully it will return down the line. That could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years. And so make sure you're buying what you truly believe in, not even as an investment, but if you believe in avatars, you believe that you want to build an IP, or if you want to build a brand and you're able to have IPs behind some of these projects that are acquired by Nike and stuff, it is endless for a lot of people in buying some of these items. So just depending on what you're looking to do, that's why you will be buying some of these projects. Like I said, that IP alone of what you can do, knowing if one person do right by it, it can even boost you because you're connected to it and you have a completely different IP. So it's a lot of opportunity still in this space. As things even get delayed, don't take it personal. Sometimes it's buying opportunity. If your money's not tied up, it's a buying opportunity for you. Make sure, like I say, we never your CPAs. Invest only what you can afford to lose.
What you can afford to lose.
Yes.
So I think that's like I said, we keep saying that over and over, but I know some people, it's like you're thinking that you're going to come in and hit it just because someone else has been in the space and hit it. It doesn't necessarily work that way. Everything, again, whether we invest for ourselves or we're investing for other people, not just, but having some other people that we talk to in regards to what they're investing in, it's a matter of these things can still literally go to zero, and we all know it. And it's just a matter of for us of staying connected in the space to try to stay up to date as far as what's going on. I think we were talking about that a little earlier, as far as sometimes there are going to be projects that are going to be delayed, and they'll get a point in time where even with artifacts, like I said, and they've done something where they've had a delay before, and most of the community is understanding of that, but that's because they've proved themselves previously. But if you're getting into projects when especially if they're new projects and they're missing dates, that's like a big flag for most people. If artifacts hadn't proved themselves on all the previous things that they've already done, then most people in the community would be like, you know what, now it's time to check out because they're not keeping their dates and they're not keeping these things. So again, you're going to still always have that while you're in the space, whether it's going to be people even now who've been with artifacts, who might start saying, if they miss another date or they miss this date, I'm getting out. That's a choice you still have to make. That's a personal decision. But if you look at overall for the whole track record of the companies that you're investing in, that's going to be a bigger equation that's something bigger that can definitely help you in regards to if you stay committed to that company or not. Okay, so just want to say that. Okay, so that is the update as far as what's going on with artifacts. Again, so this is still definitely, and I think we've said it week after week, these are some of the things as far as that are definitely on the top of our radar of looking at, as numbers may drop down, or ETH or crypto's dropping down, or even some of the numbers for the clones or the monoliths and stuff, as those are dropping down. For us, it's an opportunity for us if we're going to continue to invest more money into them. But again, each person has to make that own decision as far as how much you can afford to have go to zero. And so everybody that we talk to, same thing. It's like, listen, this could go to zero, and you have to have that understanding. So don't be over investing funds that that you really just don't have. Like I said, nobody has fun. No, let's be real clear. We're not saying anybody we know, or that us, if we're talking about us, that we have money to just let go to zero. And that's not what we're saying. But again, as far as when we're doing investments, whether it's for retirement or for whatever you're going to be investing for, you have to understand in that aspect that number can go to zero. Okay, that can definitely go to zero. Okay, so that's going to be that part in regards to artifacts. Okay, the next one, I noticed some of you guys really like Coinbase. That's not here for debate. But they did have the Chicago Bull drop.
I don't really like Coinbase. You were saying wrong. Someone really can't stand it too. At the same time, she will
be like, "Oh man, listen, I'm not here to debate if you like it or not. I don't care."
Yeah, they did have a little bad rollout. It was supposed to go better than it was. A lot of people thought that the mainstream were going to come in through Coinbase and stuff like that. And especially in America, a lot of times you are using Coinbase to get, if you sell an NFT or anything, or if you're just looking to trade, you're cashing out. There's probably other ways you can definitely cash out. So some people definitely not prefer Coinbase at all. But for the NFT platform, since mainstream did not come into it, their platform did not perform as well, and still isn't performing as well, just like most platforms. Even OpenSea has taken a lot of hits, but they're still, getting majority of the money. But what they were getting before is definitely not there. And so definitely seeing the Chicago Bulls, they're going to still, Coinbase, of course, is still going to have those partnerships with different brands or different, sports that they're going to be doing, different artists. And it's going to be there. And until people catch up or come on, some people have bought these. Some people are just watching the market right now because they're trying to see where it's going to go and if it's going to go. But you can see some items are still definitely selling. Some people still will have value in this. You see some of the people, even like Sean Williams, who's one of the Artifact. He created one of the shoes also. Of course, he's his own artist, but he did partnership on some of those shoes. So yeah, if you are looking to buy some of these items, if you think that Chicago Bulls, once their fans know about them, they may be interested in art. If the artist is well known, and you think once those people's fan base comes into it, it may have value. Or if you just like how it looks and you want it, because that's all it really has to be. There. Yeah, it just has to be, you just like the art. So
that's very true. Yeah, different things. But you can see some of them, they did get, I guess, some bids on some of these things, and they are currently selling for, they're at least if you wanted to try to buy them, you're going to be paying some pretty Ethereum for them. It depends depending on what your portfolio looks like. For you, I'm not talking to everybody. It might be somebody online that's like, hey, well, that's not enough ETH. So whatever. But again, this is what's going on, even with the Chicago Bulls drop that happened. Okay. All right. Jessica, okay, so we already talked about ETH. We don't need to necessarily look at that because that was a drop already. All right, so that's it. So now we're going to kind of give you guys an update in regards to what we're looking at doing to continue to do. Remember, we do definitely still have our free Facebook group. As far as if you want to come over and get information as far as what NFTs and what we're talking about, where we're putting articles and stuff, please feel free to come over into our Facebook group and join it. It's completely free for you to do that. Again, we do have other aspects of it, but this is completely free. Okay, completely free for you guys to come over here. The other aspect, as far as some of our YouTube videos and stuff, feel free to, if you want to come on and watch some of the YouTube videos. Obviously, you can see we have plenty of videos for you to come over and watch on our YouTube channel. So if you want to come over here, watch some of the videos, we definitely do try to keep you up to date in regards to what's going on within the NFT space. And so I'm actually looking at we actually did some videos. Over there. Actually, who are the people?
That's awesome. Got some content out there.
That's some content. I'm sorry, somebody had asked a question about how do you buy them. I don't know if that was on how they buy them. I don't know if that was a Blankos. If that question came in around how did you buy them, if it's Blankos, you can definitely set your debit card up. If I'm thinking that's how you asked that question. If not, you know how to catch me on that one. So we'll get that answered. But I think if you were talking about Blankos, there is a way for you to use your debit card on Blankos to buy the Blankos items. Okay, so that is one of my alerts on one of my trades or so. Something's happening in the market. So sorry about that.
Hope it was a good alert.
It's a good alert, yeah. Right now. It was okay. It was US 30. Okay, US 30. All right, let me just close this out. Okay, so that's going to be the aspect as far as remembering that we do have our YouTube channel. Okay, the next aspect, because the market has definitely changed in regards to how crypto is going and how NFT is going right now. So we're going to be doing an adjustment on our schedule in regards to where the times when we will be coming on. What we're going to be doing, as far as what you see on the screen now, this is our free group that we do have on Telegram, to where we'll be putting notifications out as far as when we're going to be popping up and doing more. Sometimes it's just free training. We'll be doing some free training on crypto, especially for people who are new, who are looking to try to figure out how to even buy your cryptocurrency. So we'll do some free training in this Telegram. We'll put notifications out when we're doing those trainings. Most of the time they've been on like a Tuesday, so like today, in the evening time. And so you guys are definitely feel free to join this free Telegram group anytime. Like I said, we're going to be adjusting our schedule from 11 o'clock. And Justin and I were literally talking about this. We were sitting like, we're 11 o'clock, but a lot of people are back to work now. And so because of COVID is not as bad as it was when everybody was at home and it was like, okay, everybody was home, you could watch it at 11 o'clock. So once we start brainstorming about that, we're like, wait, okay, we need to adjust some time. So we're going to be doing some fillers in regards to trying to figure out best times to come on. But in the meantime, we still will. We don't, listen. We ain't leaving NFT space. So let's just get that out there. But we're like everybody like, or are they quit? No, we're not. We are definitely in this space to stay here in the space. But we are definitely going to, because of our somewhat our schedule too. We are making some adjustments in regards to the times we're going to be coming on, and then the days we're going to be coming on. So feel free. Again, we will be. The link is in the chat for you all. If you haven't joined our free Telegram group, for you to join the free Telegram group, and then we'll also be posting tons of updates continuously, even in regards to on our Facebook group. Okay, so again, we are not going anywhere. So for the record, if somebody thinks that, let me just let you know that ain't happening.
No. We continue to educate ourselves all day, every day, and that's it. So if you guys need to make sure you do some of those things and making sure you're educating yourself, especially in this market, if anything, if you can't buy, learn what you should be buying, how to look at things, and so definitely take advantage of joining these groups and get some of that information.
Yep. So get to continue educating. And I think I said, and many of you guys have even joined, whether you've been in even with your portfolio in NBA Top Shot, go on and see if you have offers. So if you're needing capital and stuff like that, again, I'm not your CPA advisor, but, go on and see what you have available in some of those things that you previously invested in, whether it's going to be NBA Top Shot. And like I said, some of you guys even invested early on into the Blankos game when we were investing in some of those, or NFL All Day. You definitely can go on and take a look at those things that you have in those wallets and see if you have offers. That I think we were laughing about this even the other day. It's like sometimes you'll see people who will have a card and you're like, well, I can only get $1,000 for the card, and you're like, okay, I don't know if you forgot, but you paid $20, $99, $9 for the card, and you're like, I can only get. So that. But again, I think it's hard because when people have been in the space and you've seen those things be thousands of dollars, it's like it's still a great investment. You still are making very good money with what you're doing. Like I said, check with your CPA on what you got to pay. That has to do with you.
That's right. Especially depending on when you buy. Some people were able to get in high, and some people, may have even lost some because they bought high and now they're low. So it's important to know when you get in and when to get out. And some of you might just be holding because now you can't get out. It might be $5 card and you just holding on to it.
Is it a $5 card?
But with some of those places, they have those loans and stuff. You can take it against the card. So if you don't want the card, you can just loan against the card and let it go. So that's easy.
That is an option.
If somebody else want it,
somebody else might want that card. Like, let me go and take a loan on that card again. That's you and your CPA. Which you got to figure out how that works. But again, thank you all very much. Like I said, we're definitely not leaving the space at all. We are just going to be making some adjustments on our schedule for the space. But again, if you want to, if you're new and you're like, hey, I have no idea even how to buy my crypto and stuff like that, feel free to join us on our call, join the Telegram group, and then we'll be posting in that free Telegram group and also in our on our Facebook group, when we're going to be going live in there. And like I said, whether we're doing NFT pop-ups, I think it's just as things like if there's a big announcement or something, obviously we were like, okay, we need to hop on and do a call real quick. So be on the lookout for more of those things too, that as things are coming out, that we may just, like I said, and we'll record it. You'll have access to it on our Facebook group. We'll keep it on there. We'll keep it on our YouTube channel. So in case you're out and you missed it that day, we will still be available for you guys to go back and watch those things. Okay, so that's that. Just anything you got on that?
No, educate.
Educate.
Stay focused. Just keep, this is very early space. If you are trying to look at things, you see a lot of times people that invested early in things or bought into things early, not knowing how they're going to turn out, can be very rewarded. But make sure you always have a plan for you. And like she said before, not your CPAs, things can go to zero, but knowing how to look for those things is really important. So I think it's a lot of opportunity in this space because there's so many that's not into it that it can create a lot of opportunity for those that are in it. So Yeah, just stay focused, stay determined. Even if you're not buying, just continue to watch how it's affecting industries, different markets. You're talking about restaurant industry, you're talking about education, you're talking about healthcare, you're talking about gaming. It's going to be in every different market and industry that you can think of. And so just know why. If you can't figure out why I said that, start looking up NFT and health, NFT and games, NFT and, whatever. Start Googling it. Use things that are free to you to take advantage of learning things in this space, because there's a lot of opportunity in it.
Yeah. So good stuff. Good stuff. So, okay. Well, once again, like I said, that's all we have for the for you all today. So once again, thank you all so much for hopping on with us. Remember, continue to send your friend and family to whatsnfts.com. That's our free Facebook group. Free whatsnfts.com. That's our free Facebook group for you guys to go there and also catch us on our YouTube channel. And then most important, like if you want to join our free Telegram group, feel free to join there. And like I said, we'll be doing some free crypto training and stuff in there, from time to time. It's not like we're gonna be doing it like every day. So don't be thinking, oh, they coming over here. No, it's not every day. It's an area for you to be able to come on and get some training. Like I said, and then we'll do some specials as far as if we ever decide to start doing some additional NFT training. We'll also be posting those things in there and also in our Facebook group. So you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and thank you all so much for hopping on with us today. You guys have a good one.
Yes, have a great one.